Hello everybody, welcome to this new video. Melly and I right now are on a field because we wanted to shoot that sunrise right there, but if I expose correctly you can see the sunrise. I don't know, it's kind of white. Doesn't look that cool actually, or at least I thought it'd be cooler than this. But actually we did get some shots, or I think so. If it did, then here are they. But anyway, today we are talking about different kind of shots, meaning video shots that you can get to improve your video, because if you're only shooting wide or only shooting close-ups all the time, it gets kind of boring. So in this video I want to give you a few tips and a few ideas of how you can improve your video with a big variety of shots, because as I will explain further later, variety is key. So, I don't know why I did that swipe, because actually we're going home now, so I'll explain further to you at home. So now we're at home and let's get right into this. The first shot we're talking about is the wide shot. This shot is especially good for introducing the audience to the scenery or to the setting where you are. So in the B-roll sequence I showed you at the beginning of this video, you might have noticed that this shot right here was quite a wide shot, and it's pretty much exactly doing what the wide shot is for. I'm trying to show you exactly where we are in a really wide shot where you can see the mountains in the background, you can see that we're on a field, you can see that we are doing something on there, but you can't really exactly see what we're doing, but we'll get to that later. The next shot is the medium shot. The medium shot is basically just a certain part of the wide shot to lead your viewer's attention to exactly that part and to what is going on there. So in my B-roll sequence before, I used this kind of shot to show what Melly and I were up to, shooting the sunrise in this case, because in the wide shot we'd be small and kind of somewhere in there in the composition. You wouldn't really see what Melly was actually doing. I don't even know if you could see that she was holding a camera. I mean, sure, if you pay good attention you'll see it, but it's just way nicer for the audience to get another closer look with the medium shot to what is actually the action and what is going on. And the last shot you definitely want to include into your video would be the close-up, also known as the detail shot. This, well, is quite obvious what it does. It's used to show further detail of your scene. And how much you want to use it and for what you want to use it really depends on your video. So for example, if you are doing a product review video or something, this shot is really important because you always want to show the exact details of the product, not only the big picture of, let's say, a car, or if you're doing a camera review of the camera. As you might have noticed for my sequence, I used it to show some further details of the car and of the camera Melly was using, but it didn't really have a significant importance for the story, but still I think it looks cool, and I think if a shot looks cool, you can always have it in there. I mean it's not like a feature film or anything, I don't need to be that perfect, so yeah, I'll just put it in there anyway because it looks cool, you know? So those were basically the three types of shots you'd want to include into your video. The wide shot, the medium shot, and the detail shot, also known as the close-up. So the main purpose of this video is actually not to give you these three shots, because you probably knew them already anyway, I suppose. But it's always good to refresh, you know. But the main thing I actually want to tell you is that you need to keep a variety, because you always need to keep in mind your main goal when making a video is usually to tell a story or show something beautiful, for example, the beautiful scenery of your last travel destination, or maybe a product you're filming, or maybe if you're making a short film, just to tell that story. But you always need to keep in mind that to do that you need to have an audience who actually watches it, and you need to keep that audience's attention. And to do that, there are many factors you need to keep in mind. First of all, we've got the story itself and the content itself. But also you need to keep in mind things like music or things like visuals, and visuals is what we are concentrating on right here at the moment, because you want to keep it visually interesting, and you do that by having a big variety of these shots. You don't always want to have wide shots. Imagine watching a feature film with only wide shots, that'd be completely boring. You'd suddenly get the urge to just go closer and zoom in so that you can see that action a little closer. That's what the medium shot is for, and if you've got some further detail you want to show in your video, that's what the detail shot is for. So never forget to actually vary a lot between these, because as I said at the beginning of the video, variety is king, and you really want to have a good variety in your video, because that's probably going to increase the chance of having a bigger audience, because if you just have wide shots, you're going to lose a lot of your audience after just a few minutes or seconds even, because it's just not interesting enough and their attention will be lost. So in conclusion, just keep a good variety of different shots in your videos to keep the attention of your audience, because that's what you all want in the end, isn't it? And with that said, if you found any valuable information in this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you again next week. Goodbye.